Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another quick Guild Ball match recap. And this game is going to be my first outing with the Falconers. How exciting. So these are the cards I drew. Hunker down, get back in there. I think midfield general, keep your pants on, wing backs, and a 5+ card, don't know what it is. I make these videos some weeks after the fact now because my time is limited and I grab the chances when I can. So struggle to remember every detail of these games sometimes. Insidiously match, as were his Masons, I won the roll-off and chose to receive. So the Masons have got Original Decimate, Honor, the Monkey, Brick, Veteran Chisel, that's the one, and Flint with the ball. For my Falconers, I've got Rundas, Veteran Hearn, Minerva, Divana, Frelsey, and Matagi. I've dropped Icaros for Veteran Hearn because I want Battery, which both of them can do, but I want a Battery that's a little bit more sturdy and give me that 2-inch reach to take out what I'm anticipating some countercharge auras, which do come up. And yeah, so basically I want Hearn to be able to stand in the centre and just try to tie up the countercharges, give Divana last light and give me a bit of AP, or not AP, that's not Malifaux, influence, efficiency. Whereas I think Icaros would be good as a Battery that kind of hangs out on the wings and goes for a little cheeky goal, but otherwise could be a bit fragile if I play him wrong, which I'm likely to. Flint kicks out the ball, lands kind of centrally, and I think I retrieve it with Icaros, shadow liking up, sprinting, collecting the ball, and passing it to Veteran Hearn, banking the momentum. And I clearly haven't given him enough influence to make a Harrier, so I probably gave him 2 and then had to sprint and pass the ball. The Masons then move Flint out just to start setting up the countercharge aura, and I move Frelsey up and trigger the countercharge, luring Brick in. He takes it and completely flubs his roll. I think he does. He gets 1 success and has to hit Frelsey for a little bit 1 damage or something, triggering Loved Creature and bringing Brick into a rather precarious position. I'm guessing my opponent was hoping for a knockdown and maybe get the Brick up the field and try to take control of the centre for turn 2. A little bit later on in turn, things have happened. So the Falconers have pretty much just moved up in a line, trying to keep a little bit spread. The Masons have more or less clumped around their countercharges. Decimator's second winded... Honor's gone and attacked the bird. Decimator's second winded her. Honor has given herself superior strategy, and Veteran Chisel has bumped up her influence again. For my part, I've been keeping the ball back between all of my combat pieces because Flint has been stood here threatening to take it and score, and I've been trying to wait him out. Minerva and Matagi have put down Harriers around this area, and now Divana is gone. So I didn't have enough influence. So really my target was going to be Flint. I didn't quite have enough influence to make that attack efficient. So what I did was sprint to collect the ball, pass to Matagi, and maybe he dodged or something. I then use Last Light to hack back Frelsey over to the other side of Brick, and I think I'm trying to gum up Honor, and I don't actually think that was a good idea. I then Death from Above Brick and move one of my other Harriers and Death from Above him again. So he's engaged by Frelsey, he's proc Love Creature. I'm rolling a lot of dice, and he's now down below half wounds. And that sort of confirms my... I was rolling like 12 or 13 dice, and he might be knocked down, so that would have given me an extra 1. And I was rolling pretty well, and he still's not really in that much danger. And what I think I should have done is maybe save the influence or the Last Light on Frelsey to be able to move both the Harriers and Death from Above Flint a couple of times. I think that would have been more effective. As it is, Flint goes and chases after the ball, but can't tackle Matagi, which is fantastic. And with Honor's superior strategy, she kills Frelsey, so 1 point to the Masons, and then gets herself over to join Flint in trying to get the ball off Matagi. She is so rapid. So I was up quite a lot on momentum. I think my opponent spent it to maybe heal Brick or stuff like that. And I play Hunker Down. I don't normally like this one, but given my positioning and the extra influence is always nice. So yeah, I think that's a good one to play this turn. So as you can see, I've brought Frelsey back on over here to help support Matagi. Maxed out Divana, 3 on Minerva, 2 on Hearn, and 4 with my extra influence on Rundas. Nothing on Matagi, as I basically don't expect to get to use him before he goes down. Because what I want to do is go with Minerva and take control of this part of the field, whilst having a lot of influence left for the to take out the rest, as I don't expect that much influence will be put on the rest of these Masons. And I was correct. Honor is stacked up, and very little influence is given to the rest of the Masons over in the centre. So I do go first. I go with Divana. I hack back Frelsey into Flint and then walk up to him and start hitting. Can't remember if I got push dodged or something. Looks like I have knocked him down. Unfortunately, I can't kill him. And an epic scuffle ensues with Honor killing Frelsey and damaging Matagi, and just getting in on Divana. I think maybe she knocks Matagi down and the ball scatters out onto the fast ground. I've got Hearn and Minerva in the centre, bogging down the counter charges, and Brick's healing himself, and I'm hitting him, and yeah, that's just not really going to happen. Oh, I think I had him in the Harriers or something, and then he counterattacked and pushed himself out, managed to do the push thing out. That was really annoying. I think that was Hearn missing the knockdown. Honestly, that guy does that so often. It's quite irritating. Rundas went in on Decimate, who dodged out, and then I think I dirty knifed some people. So yes, Falconer's influence is hard to completely invalidate, but having to hard cast things like Dirty Knives or Harriers does really decrease the output efficiency. And yeah, I'm a bit disappointed by how I've fared in the centre here. I'd hoped to do more damage than that, but I've taken very little in return, so I guess that's something. Having my momentum spread out and being able to hit a decent amount, I've got enough to win initiative next turn. I'm playing Wingbacks. My opponent's playing Won't Touch the Hair. Wingbacks, I think, was a great choice for me, if I do say so myself, because it enables Matagi to go first, use his dodge to get out of engagement, then use Snapshot or whatever it is, Hot Shot, to generate a point of momentum, sprint up to tap in range and take the goal. So points on the table, and I've removed Matagi from where the Masons can easily take him out. Notice I've only put 1 influence on Divana this turn, and I've concentrated all the rest of my influence in here in the centre. Basically, Honor's got a full stack, and I don't want to make Divana's death too crippling for me. Basically, by putting 1 influence on her, what I'm hoping is that my opponent will try to save her for later, and I'll be able to get that 2-inch dodge out of combat and then just sprint away. But I had to go with Matagi first. So yeah, so 4-1 to the Falconers. The ball got kicked out over here somewhere, I think. And then my opponent goes somewhere in the centre, I think he maybe goes with Brick, trying to set up knockdowns on my centre guys, which allows me to move Divana out. Oh, that's right. He goes to Decimate, starts hitting Hearn, and puts 1,000 cuts on Divana, which yeah, so then that allows me to get her out of there. Flint's collected the ball and moved it up to Honor. Marbles is trying to goad Rundas. I can't remember if he succeeds or not, but essentially I want to try to follow up and get to Decimate, as I've done a bit of damage. She's been taking poison, and I can't quite do it. So I've got Minerva and Hearn knocking things down. Hearn's using his movement. I think he takes a passing blow from Decimate. Oh no, Chisel, just to try to get away from that fully stacked Honor. Make things awkward. Looks like I'm doing momentous Harriers here. Again, trying to get Decimate in the Harrier so Rundas can get to her. It's not working. So I think I could just go in on Brick again. And as I said before, he's just healing himself. I'm The Harriers are helping get through Tough Hide, but I just can't put enough pressure on him to really put him in danger. So yeah, despite my efforts, Honor goes and takes down Hearn. She might have legendaried, I can't remember, but it looks like Chisel's moved over to engage him somehow, and it wasn't a ball pass. So yeah, Honor goes in, takes out Hearn. Really badly damages Rundas as well. This was pretty. She was a freaking wrecking ball here. So that makes it 4-all. I forgot that Frelsey died twice. And yeah, just like that, looks like my center is totally caved in with like, pretty much one activation. So this time it's the Masons that are on a ton of momentum, and I think I play midfield general, they play grudge match. They single out Rundas, I single out Decimate. Honor goes and murders Rundas, making it a 6-4 to the Masons. Sprints around over here, dodging off Frelsey. Potentially procking Gloved Creature, I can't remember. Scores the goal and then dodges over towards the goal. 10-4 to the Masons. And a pretty disgusting double activation from Honor there. I kick the ball out over by Frelsey. I should mention at this point, I've definitely clocked out, but my opponent very sportingly wants to play on, as we're both curious to see what the Falconers can do. So we're not counting clock points. Thanks to Singled Out, Matagi charges in and kills Decimate, 10-6, and gets a Harrier out for Divana, who will then go and kill Veteran Chisel, using a legendary also to put some damage on Flint, and he's on pretty low health, and snaring him. I messed up the order of that. I think if I'd had done the legendary first, I probably could have had killed V Chisel with enough influence spare to flip the Harrier over to Flint and potentially kill him as well. Yep, need to be wary of those things. So 10-8 to the Masons. So then Minerva goes, knocks down Brick, runs away out over here, and Frelsey goes and flies up and passes the ball to her. Really nice bit of play there, I felt. But with the pass, I dodged out of engagement with Marbles, whatever his name is. So this should have been a game clincher, I think. But I wasn't thinking and dodged her out of engagement. And the problem is I've got enough momentum to win next turn, potentially. And if I go first, if I'm engaged, I can hit it, generate some momentum, and walk up and shoot the goal. Being out of engagement means I have to use my move to get in and try to score some, gain some momentum to take the shot. And I'm not sure if I'm in range if I have to walk back in. And so I have gone with Hearn and used his last light to throw a spear and snare Honor. But he's pretty hurt. You know, obviously he's come back in. I might have healed him, I can't remember. But Honor can do so much damage. If I don't end things in the first activation, there's a good chance that he's going to take the game right away from me. So we play the cards, I stick to the plan, and insidiously Mad plays fullback, no doubt thinking to assist his players who are coming back on the pitch. And very fortunately, my opponent makes a similarly large goof to the one I made and brings his guys back on around the goal. Maybe looking to make the shot a bit more difficult, maybe looking to try to put pressure on my quite squishy players. But as it is, this enables Minerva to just walk up to Decimate out of engagement of Chisel and beat her for some momentum, and then take the bonus time tap in for the win, 12-10 to the Falconers. So that was a really fun game. Falconers are really interesting to play. I really like them. There's a nice balance of football and killing potential in this team. I know a lot of people focus on the damage. I like the football aspect. I just think games are more enjoyable when goals are scored. And yeah, I like their ability to do both. Definitely need to practice the setup though. I used Harriers very ineffectively. I did get a Loved Creature procced a few times, and that was pretty good. I did enjoy that. And that minimizes or kind of reduces the amount of setup the players need to be effective when that goes off. Didn't get to use Minerva's healing bubble, which is frustrating. Took too long to kill models in the middle, again, because I don't think I used the setup optimally. But as I said, I certainly enjoyed it, and there's certainly a lot of interesting room to play with, and a lot of learning to do to try to get myself playing to within clock limits. As I said, I would have lost this pretty hard, pretty early, if we'd been playing on clock. But it's nice to see that if I ever do eventually learn to play to time, I could potentially win some games. What an exciting prospect. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Until the next one, take care.